Good evening, everybody. Now that you're all up to speed, at least most of you are up to speed with how the class is set up, let's talk a little bit about how to access your first lesson, which I'm guessing some of you already have since you have taken the first reading check. But in any case, let me show you how to navigate to the modules. So you're going to be going to your Etudes shell. Obviously, go to the class dashboard, click on that. And if you go to the modules and assignments tab, you see all the modules to the left right there. In the case of this week, you can click on module 1 and you get to this Google Doc, which I have written and developed 4 sections for that. The overview chapter has sort of some lecture notes, mostly my own. You have some chapter review notes and some additional resources, and at the end you have some of the a listing of the assigned homework items that I have placed in the class calendar. The same thing as the class calendar, but obviously in this location you will find the answer keys. But to begin with, in terms of chapter 1 here, focus on learning the concepts and principles that I'm listing here. Then go on and make sure you understand the how the accounting equation works. And there's some videos here in the module itself. Obviously, you can also use the textbook. Get very familiar with the 4 financial statements: the income statement, the statement of owner's equity, the balance sheet, and the statement of cash flows. But especially the first 3 are the ones that I want you to focus on and how they link to each other. That's important to understand. Again, you have some videos here you can actually use to learn those links and how these documents or these reports are formatted. And eventually, if you go to the very bottom here, first of all, I do want to show you that there are some Excel templates that I usually provide you, so you can either work and solve some of the problems. So you can always go to this section for those Excel sheets. And again, going back to this section of the module, here are the assigned items for homework. But now they have a link in most cases. So if you go, for example, the one that I think you should really focus on learning very well is something like exercise 121. If I click on that, you get to the answer key. And I'm giving you, in this case, again, my template, which is different than what you would see in the answer key provided to you by the publisher, which I keep under the resources feature in Etudes. This is my own answer key for that problem, again, E121. And I have given you 4 tabs. First is the given info as given in the book. I just reformatted it using Excel. I also provide you with a chart of accounts. I actually forget if the book asks you for this, but if it doesn't, this is actually something extra. But the one place you need to go to and solve for this problem is the transaction analysis, and this is the way they want you to format it. You don't see it here because I think somehow the spreadsheet here is not working too well, but this will be the assets category, this will be the liabilities, and here will be the owner's equity, the green section here. And so liabilities and equity should always equal the results from the assets section. So all of this activity here that you're going to be developing will eventually end up equaling 60,400 in this problem. And then if you add up all of the activity under the liabilities and equities columns here, the result also will be the same thing. Once you're done with, by the way, here's some comments that you can read about. I'm going to have to fix this a little bit to show you the whole thing. But this explains some of these items over here. But from these items here, then you could actually then develop the financial statements that you just read about, and here's how you format it. So I would suggest that you go to the module go to the answer keys and review how I solve some of these problems in the here. And then once you go into the homework inside of Mal, let me go back to ATUS now. I can go to my accounting lab, sign in. You go to our accounting 1A for the summer, which is this one here for me. You get here, you will go into assignments or directly to the homework item here, and then take the homework 1 I guess assessment. And so if you go back to, you go to the same one that we just looked at, which is I think is this one, they will give you a very similar problem as the one I just showed you the answer key for in the module. And so having solved the answer key, or having solved the problem in the module, should give you all you need to do or to know to solve the one in Mal. Well, again, if you still need more explanation and more help, here you see something called a demo doc, and you also see something called a help me solve this, and also videos. So you have a lot of resources here to relearn what you need to do to solve the problem. So again, hopefully this proves to be useful. Have fun with the homework, and remember that the homework is due based on what is shown as a due date and time in the class calendar. Have fun.